Block Builder!
Hello YouTube, Block Builder here, and welcome back to another custom LEGO Transformers video review. And today is IXRollOutIX's 10-year anniversary, so I built an updated version of Matchbox. So here they are. I said they. I'll get into that a bit later when I actually transform him / them / it. First, just going to get these guns out of the way. Here they are next to a slightly updated version of his original Matchbox. You know what, actually, I'm going to take all the vehicles and show them off by themselves. So first off, here is Land Shift. This is the leader of the group. And here he is next to the original, which never had a name because Matchbox was just... I'll put a link to the original video. But yeah, here he is in his bulldozer mode. For a size comparison, I just showed you that. Here he is. This is gonna be the size comparisons. So there he is next to the little buddy, the little guy right there. Here he is next to another one of the vehicles, which is a fire truck. And yeah, that's that for some size comparisons. So let's move on to functionalities. Okay, so for some functions he can do is you can put the minifig inside of him. Just take off his little roof piece and you just sit the minifig in there. Sit him down like this and he will go... He doesn't really peg in, but he just kind of sits in there. You actually kind of need to slide him down a little bit because then the roof can't fit. So what you want to do is you're going to take him out. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Rotate his legs slightly down like that. I'm going to put him in here. Put Land Shift's roof piece back on. Now some of these guys are a little bit miscolored because I don't have the parts. And I'm running out of like clips and stuff, but it's okay. So yeah, he can fit in there. This bucket can move around. It can extend like this. Oops, I broke it. It's great. It's okay though. There we go. And yeah, that can move around. It got joints here. And then these will slide back in. He has moving tread bits. Here's a 360. And let's move on to transformation. First, split the bucket. And then pull his arms out a little bit. This is also a new setup. I made a new background and stuff. So we're just going to rotate these and transform it like that. Lift it up. We can go ahead and pull that piece out. Take this section. Well, here, this is what I did. Because you didn't see that. You're going to swing this piece out and that'll become his head later. Next, you want to split this part down here. There we go. Rotate his legs down. Now what I like to do, because it helps, is to kind of pull the tread out a little bit like that. And then you can rotate this section down. And I broke it. That's okay. But you just rotate this down. Take this piece and this will just flatten. And that'll be his foot. Then these swing forward like that. And then this will all rotate around and rotate down. Then we have this. I'm going to need to raise the camera. Here, let me just do that real quick. Okay, well, I just moved the camera back, but I mean, whatever. Same purpose to get this guy in view. I will fix all this not being able to see stuff in a bit. Not being able to see him stuff in a bit. We're just going to go ahead and transform his head now. Rotate this around, and there's his head done. Sorry about all that. I'm kind of a little sick still. I was sick for a while, but I'm feeling better now. Just rotate his foot up like that and push the tread back in. Same thing on that side. Fold his foot up. So here's Land Shift in his robot mode. So first off, for size comparisons, little tiny bulldozer, minifigure. He is a really big guy, as you can see. I mean, he's not my biggest transformer, but he's pretty large. Let me go get some more size comparisons just because. Okay, I'm back with some more size comparisons and some sneak peeks of other Transformers I've made. I got a lot to review, like a lot of stuff. I've had a lot to review for a while. I'm just like a procrastinator, and I got a problem with making videos. But it's okay. Here he is next to a tow truck. Just man down. This is Mayday. Here he is next to a shark. Here, he stands pretty easily. I just knocked him over because of this wobbly desk. Stand him up because of the rubber on his feet. So here he is next to a shark, as I showed you. Here he is next to a car, which you can't see. There you go. He is rather tall. Here he is next to another shark. This shark is a lot bigger. Much larger shark. So yeah, that's the size comparisons. Let's move on to articulation. So for articulation, land shift is pretty posable. His head can rotate side to side and look up and down. You can even do this, and they can do that because of transformation and stuff. His arms are on T-bars, and they can rotate all the way around and go up and down. They can bend here. They can bend here. They can rotate, they can flip in and out here. They can rotate here. They can extend here. And they can bend right here. So it's a lot of joints in his arms because they are the bulldozer buckets. He has waist movement. He's going to go out like that. They can also go out like this and rotate forward and back. He can bend at the knee. His foot can do stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much articulation for him. Now for his weapon. For his weapon, I'm just going to grab it real quick. It's got a giant flamethrower. We're just going to take this. Sadly, it doesn't. I wanted it to fit actually inside of his hand like that. I'm back after grabbing an extra piece, which is just this. It really doesn't hinder anything, but that's just added to the gun now. You can now connect this into his hand. Or can you? Here, we'll rotate this. And then this will just tab right there. And now he's got a giant Gatling gun flamethrower thing. And you can grab this giant flame piece and you can attach it right there. He's got a giant flamethrower of doom because MATCHBOX. It's amazing. He can just like melt Decepticons if he's rude. But just, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next guy. Okay, so next up we've got the smallest member of the team. This is Stanton. He is a push car. It's great. Here he is next to his original form with minor updates because I didn't have the exact parts, but whatever. But yeah, push car, slightly bigger push car. For some functions, you can grab a minifigure. You would want to use two minifigures, but I did not bring a second one, but basically what this is two guys go on each side, then they push, and then it makes it go. And it would pull along some carts, like this. We'll move on to those guys later. Get them out of the way. So to transform Stanton is a mix of steel and momentum, and then a stent is a medical thing. We'll get more into that in robot mode. It's just kind of what his thing is. So like I said, I think maybe I said this, but land shift is their leader, and then Stanton is the healer, and he's a ninja. Let's transform him. So you're going to rotate these out. You're going to slide these up, like so. He's actually more of a sensei, to be honest. That's what I like to think of him, kind of like a Yoda guy. And then you rotate this around, like so. Swing this back, rotate his legs down, rotate his arms down, and his weapons are already equipped. And so here's Stanton in his robot mode. Basically what he'd do is he'd run around and he'd that's all, folks. Okay. He'd run around and he'd heal folks. I said folks, okay. He'd heal his teammates and people who need healing. You can also take off this wheel and he can like combine his weapons together like this. Come on. And then kind of make a big giant sword thing if you wanted to. So that's just a thing you can do because you can do it. Yeah, put that back on his back. So yeah, that's Stanton pretty much. For size comparisons in robot mode, here he is next to little one, minifigure, shark, bigger shark, car, and tow truck. Size comparisons. Yay! So for articulation, this guy is pretty posable for what he is. His arms just rotate around. They can rotate here. They can swing in and out like this. They can rotate up here. They can bend here. This can slide up and down if you want. This can also slide up and down, which I imagine is like a piston type punch thing. And his arm broke off, and that's okay. If you take off his hat, you can rotate this piece if you wanted to, but you really can't do anything else. You can rotate his hat around. This part can move. His legs can kick forward. They can kick back. They can bend at the knee. They can kind of bend forward at the knee. And then he can do this. So yeah, that's pretty much that for Stanton. If we just stand him up here. Let's move on to the carts. Here is Rail Rider and Tail Along. They can carry the weapons. It's great. Here they are next to their originals, but they aren't even in the right color. Basically, this one would be yellow and this one would be red. And then they connect together and they do the carty cart thing. That's the originals from IXRollOutIX. Link in description. Get these guys out of the way. That's size comparisons for them. Here they are next to this shark, this car, and this guy. So to transform them, we're just going to split them apart. Get the yellow one out of the way for now, because they're twins. So are the fire trucks, but they have slight differences. Rotate this piece in, like that. Rotate this piece around. Nope, just fold that up like that. That'll be his head. Then you gotta pop his arms off. Not off, I mean off of this part here. Like so. If they break off, it's because I didn't connect them in a very smart connection. This will rotate around. You'll also rotate this piece around. Like so. Fold this down. Pull these out. Rotate them down. Swing his hand out, and as you can see, some colors aren't right and stuff. I would want everything to be red, because that's how it's supposed to be. Not everything, I mean just like most things. And this would be all like tiled off and stuff. But since I don't have all the parts for that, he's a little bit multicolored. That's okay. Fold this up, rotate this around. You can either leave this like this and kind of have his legs like this, if you like that look. Like this is a thing you can do. Oh my goodness, they're all too tall for the camera. I just rotate this up. There we go. So you can do that. But it kind of looks like he's wearing a skirt, so I usually do this. And then that kind of does just, yeah. There he is. It is robot mode. Let me transform the other one real quick. So here they are in their robot modes. And for weapons, they each have these little like sniper rifles, and I imagine these guys as the snipers. I kind of like to do this for rail riders. Just kind of make it look different. And I put it in his hand. Just cause. For tail along, I just leave it normal. And that'll just not combine. Those will just go into their hands. So there they are in robot modes. Here they are next to this. The original. Yep, it's very tiny because it's supposed to be. Here they are next to a minifigure who fell over. Here they are next to a minifigure, a tow truck, a car, a shark, and a tiny shark. So let's move on to articulation. So for articulation, they have shoulders and they rotate around. They can go up and down. They rotate here, they bend there, and their hands move side to side. Head is on a ball joint so it can look around. You can even change the head if you like that better, but I prefer this. It can kind of go side to side. Waist is on a ball joint. Legs can move forward and back and out and in. Can bend at the foot, can slide out the foot like this. So yeah, that's pretty much all their articulation. Let's move on to the fire trucks. Here are the fire trucks. This is extinguisher, and this is high reach, because ladder, and they're fire trucks. They can fit a minifig in them, although it's a little hard. Or you can just like pop the roof off. This is the easy, like that. Completely fix him because you destroyed him to fit a minifig in there. Look, he's in there. You see him? I would want this to have glass. It does kind of. They do kind of look ugly, but it's okay. Size comparisons. Shark. Little tiny versions of them because happy anniversary rollout. You did great job. You build amazing stuff, and I watched your videos when I was younger. Inspiration. Let's move on to transformation. Okay, so to transform these guys, you're just going to take high reach, and you're going to transform him. So we're just going to rotate this up. Stupid one stud connections. Rotate the ladder out and kind of straighten it if you want to. Like so. Rotate them around, and completely visible robot. These guys are very simple. They're the simplest of the group. Also because I don't have many clip pieces and stuff left. I've used a lot. I need to order some more, but that's okay. We'll deal with that another day. So just rotate up all this stuff. Swing his arm down. Rotate that down. Rotate this down and around. Rotate his arm around like so. Get a transformer out of the way so I have more room. Yeah, put that back on later. So what you want to do here is you're going to actually like wiggle his leg out just to make clearance. You see how that like bricks right there? Then you're just going to rotate this down, which will push this tire up, and then you're just going to rotate that tire up enough so that this can rotate underneath it. And then that'll be one leg done. The other one should be easier. Just rotate this out. And just rotate things and stuff. Rotate this down. And there is him in his robot mode with his arm attached. High reach and extinguisher in robot modes. They're pretty cool looking. I like how they look. They're like the brutes of the group. So what I like to do for their guns, well, here is extinguisher's gun. I like to tab it right here on his shoulder and then kind of act like this is like his water shoulder cannon. Like that. Then for high reach, I just connect it to his hand because he's got a ladder. So for functions, their ladders can extend. For articulation, we're going to grab extinguisher. We're going to raise the camera. There we go. I actually should do size comparisons. Shark. Here's a shark. Here's a car. This is a lot of guys I've reviewed in one video. Here's another truck. Original. Just shark. Let's get into articulation. So for articulation, he has a swivel here. He can bend forward and back, and like I showed you earlier, his ladder can extend, and his arm can break a ton because of fragileness. His head can rotate. I could have made his waist rotate, but it doesn't. Arms rotate around and can do this, and then they can go up and down. They can tap back together. Legs, they rotate forward that much, a little bit more. They can rotate out, they rotate down, and that is articulation for that side. Hand can swivel in and out and rotate. Arms on a ball joint. This part up here can move. This can bend down and up, and then up again. Shoulder cannon can rotate around. Up here can click around on a ratchet, but I don't feel like moving it. So yeah, that's these guys' articulation. Next thing, let's go. Next piece of the we're gonna turn their guns into a robot like Mindbender's guy. Let's do it. So here are all their weapons. Now, this guy is basic. This is a guy. These are a guy. He can combine to a bunch of different weapon assortments and then do stuff and things. And he's kind of like the weapon guys from the new Siege line. But okay, so all their weapons turn into a robot. It's great. Here he is. He doesn't have a name. These also turn into a giant gun. I guess I should show that first. So what you do is you swing this down. This part will connect right here. This one will then rotate this around. And then this will connect right under here. It's actually supposed to be a flamethrower. It can also become a sword. And since they're all just like Lego, you can combine them to each other in a bunch of different ways. Next, you connect these guns up here to the back to become like the flame canister or the heat canister, whatever you want to call it. There is the giant gun mode. Okay, so now we're going to combine this guy into his robot mode. It is pretty much the idea is from Mindbender's Arsenal, which is a really cool video. But yeah, whatever. It's just because guns turn into one robot guy. It's amazing. Mine is a completely different design though. So I'm just going to rotate that down like that. Swing that out. And then try and get it to stand. There's one leg. Here's an arm. You just bend it. And that's that. Here's the other leg. Rotate this down. Rotate this down. Rotate that out. And that'll just stand up. Like so. Grab his other arm. Swing that forward just if you want to have bent arms. Take this, rotate it down, rotate the waist around, flip his head up, fold his arm connectors out, swing those down, connect the legs, connect his arms, and there we go. There he is. Let's just call him Artillery. He is, I guess, the Autobot form of Arsenal, whatever. Yeah. There he is. You can connect the flame to his chest. And for size comparisons, since we're getting ready to combine them anyways, here he is next to original Matchbox. Here he is next to... Oh, there goes Matchbox. Here he is next to a minifigure. And he fell over. Here he is next to Land Shift. Get them all out of the way. And let's combine the big guy. So first off, I'm just going to show you how to transform one of the legs. Because I already transformed the other one. Stand it up like this. Swing the ladder out and extend it down so it can hit the ground. But swing it out so you can fold up the opposite arm, which will be the leg connector. You're going to rotate this around, and then that'll come down like that. And you can repair whatever problem you had. And there we go. And you break it off and put it back on. There's one leg of Matchbox and the other leg of Matchbox. And we'll transform an arm. First step, fold his feet in, flip his head back, rotate this way, that'll become his claw, flip his hands in, rotate his chest up, like so, rotate this down, then pull out that and pop his arm off by accident. Then this stud will connect right here to secure all of that. Find his arm, rotate it down, the same thing you did on the other one. Boom. There's Matchbox's other arm. Let's grab his other one. And there are his arms. Next, for Land Shift, what you do is you pull Not apart. Come on. Okay, we're just going to lift this bucket out of the way because I ripped it in half. After you rip it in half, fix it, repair it, like so. Fold his normal robot head out, rotate this down, and you're going to take this, and then the combined mode head will come up into the little area right there, as you can see. Then, what you want to do is lay him, just leave him there for now. You're going to bring in Stanton, slide this piece in, fold that down, slide this down, and that is that. This guy is going to connect down here, connect these studs to these anti-studs, and that will form the upper torso. There we go. And then you collapse his upper body again. Collapse that down. Orient this however you want and kind of push it together. Rotate these up. Connect them together. And there's the middle body. So let's bring in the legs. You take this. See this little, that right there? That'll slide in those holes. These four will connect it here. So just going to take this, lift up the bucket, get that out of the way. Here, let me just show you better. Scooch these guys back. Get them in view. You're going to connect this here, like so. Then you're going to connect this one right here. And try and connect it like so. Swing in the handle right there. That's going to connect right here into these guys' forearms. It slides on in. Then you can orient this however you like. I like to do it like that. Rotate that down. Rotate these down. And there is his upper body. Raise the camera a bit more. I'm going to take his arms. One tabs here. One connects here. Here is Matchbox in his combined mode. But there he is next to artillery, as we called him. Here he is next to his original form, his original form. And here he is next to a minifigure. Going to turn this guy into a gun, put him in his hand, and do even larger size comparison. So here's Matchbox with his flamethrower, and yes, I am holding the camera. That's why it's a little shaky, just so you can see all of them. And yeah, you can see the walls, but that's okay. But yeah, there's Matchbox with his giant flamethrower. And I bet you guys thought that this guy was big. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks IXRollOutIX for making all your videos, because you make awesome Transformers. Great job. On your being on YouTube for 10 years, that's kind of crazy. So keep building and have a great day. Block Builder, breaking out.